Hello, leaders. This is Paul Grau, and welcome to Run to Your Leadership Challenges, the daily show that equips team leaders to lead through the challenges they face every day. And today is all about accountability, as I'm going to tell you a very simple way to hold yourself accountable. Before I begin, I want to remind you that you can pick up your free one-page goals worksheet by visiting currentleadershipcoaching.com/goals, or you can click on the link in today's show notes. So go ahead and download your copy today. Okay, let's talk about a simple way to hold yourself accountable so you can achieve your goals. Last week, we discussed creating a plan and how you can achieve your goals, including a step-by-step milestone plan that will ensure that you are staying on track and continuously progressing. Well, you know what they say about plans. Plans are great to have in place, especially if and only if you carry them out, right? I've seen a lot of plans in place that aren't carried out and they're pretty much worthless. I mean, think about it. We all had goals last New Year's Day, whether it was to lose weight or get in better shape or get promoted or whatever it was. We all had goals. Some of them were lofty goals. Now, almost 12 months later, let me ask you, did you achieve all of those goals? If so, man, that's great. Just keep doing what you're doing, and please drop me an email at paul@clcteam.com and let me know your secret. And let me know exactly how you did achieve all those goals. What type of accountability process did you have? For the ones who haven't achieved their goals or didn't even come close, well, did you hold yourself accountable? I'll guarantee that the people that achieved their goals had some kind of accountability program in place. Because if you're the large majority of people, you did not achieve those goals. Because even though you started out strong in the beginning of the year, you wilted away as the weeks and months flew by. And now we find ourselves wanting to achieve the same similar goals in 2022. One of my goals every year is to get in better shape. And I usually keep a pretty good schedule until I kind of get bored with it. And then the barbecue and the warm weather comes around and I begin to eat a lot of junk food, sugar, ice cream, and whatever else looks good. And I'll go back for seconds and thirds and more ice cream. You get the point, right? We all go there sometimes. Well, I recently joined Noom, and it's a weight loss program. It's not a diet program, but it's a program that basically, it educates you about food. One day in one of the mastermind groups that I'm in, Laura, a woman in our mastermind group, told us all about this Noom and how she had lost a lot of weight going through the program. And the best thing she said was that you can eat anything that you want. Well, she had my attention right off the bat. I mean, my ears perked up and I immediately checked it out while we were even on the call. And I know we're not supposed to do that, but I did. And I signed up right after the call for 6 months. Well, the reason that I'm telling you this is not to promote Noom, although I will put a link in today's show notes that will allow you to save, 20% off of the plan. You see, the reason that I'm telling you this is because even though I signed up only on November 17th, right before Thanksgiving, mind you, I still have lost over 10 pounds in less than 3 weeks. And I'm going strong. You see, the secret of Noom is they offer a way to hold yourself accountable. How, you may be asking? Well, I get small rewards every day by entering my weight, reading for at least 5 minutes a day of the lessons they provide about food and what's the best foods to eat and what's the worst, and then also logging everything that I eat and drink throughout the day. And I can do all this on their convenient app right on my phone. So it's the best of both worlds. It's become a habit for me and I enjoy doing it. So the point is, when you keep track of something, you are more prone to do it. The best way that I found to hold myself accountable is to keep track of what I'm doing every day that's on my plan to accomplish my goals, based on the plan that I created that will continually move me closer and closer to achieving my goal. And it's on my calendar already because I've already scheduled out all of 2022 and when I'm going to start and complete each goal. And then I'll roll right into the next goal, just like you did or are doing if you followed all of our goals podcasts. You see, I don't want to let myself down because I know as long as I do the things that I can control, well, I have nobody to blame but myself if I don't achieve my goal. And that same principle goes for you. So what can you control? You can control everything that's on your plan. So how can you keep track of the steps in your plan to achieve your goals in 2022? Can you use your smartphone? Can you use a spreadsheet on your computer? Well, I've seen that what works for me is a smartphone. And you can use a smartphone and or a spreadsheet on your computer or maybe a handwritten notepad that you have. But I would suggest tracking everything that you got to do in your goal plan to make sure that you're doing them. I found out over the last few years that I kind of forget to open up the spreadsheet on my computer. However, I always have my smartphone with me. And what I do is I create a task list in the notes page in my smartphone. And whenever I do those tasks, it's easy to open up and I just put a check mark by them. And then later on in the day or week, I could always transfer that over. And sometimes if it gets multiple check marks because I didn't transfer the information, I'll just start putting a M for Monday, T for Tuesday, et cetera, et cetera. And you know what? The old saying is that whatever gets tracked gets done. And for me, well, it really does. Now, what works for me may not work for you. That's obvious, right? So you need to figure out exactly what's the best way to hold yourself accountable. Is it getting a friend to ask you about your goals every day? Or showing a friend or a family member or a coworker your weekly updates or possibly even your daily progress? Is it having a checklist on your wall to check off every day? Is it setting a reminder on your phone or any kind of digital calendar that you may have that sends a message to tell you to do your task? I recently read that accountability is so good. So even if you tell somebody else about your goals, your chances of achieving that goal goes up 65%. And if you ask somebody else, or if you go through that goal with somebody else, you're 95% more prone to achieve that goal. Now that's pretty significant. 95% more prone to achieve that goal if you are doing it with somebody else. So it's your turn to figure out what best works for you. I found that when people don't have any kind of accountability measure, well, they give up on their goals. And they give up on them pretty easily, either in the first or second or third month of the year. So come on, let's do this together. Let's crush our 2022 goals. In the coming weeks, I will periodically share some of my goals with you so that you can hold me accountable. And if you want to email me your goals, I'll follow up with you as well. And I may even give you a shout out if you want me to on the show to encourage you to keep pressing on. So be sure to write out your step-by-step plan and figure out what it is that you need to do daily or weekly. And then start tracking your progress. And don't forget to reward yourself along the way. Those are very important. Hey, that's it for today. But don't forget to check out the CLC Team's website at clcteam.com. And there you'll be able to find all the things that we could do and to help and serve your team. You can also find the links or the direct links to all of our social media accounts. So go ahead and follow us on all the social media accounts. I hope you have a great rest of your day. And until tomorrow, run to your challenges.